Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're exploring a novel that, well, really struck a chord with so many readers. A story that captivated millions.
Absolutely. Critics were just blown away, calling it things like stunning and heartbreaking in its quiet intensity.
And a marvelous first novel that really sweeps you away. Someone even called Hosseini an exhilaratingly original writer.
Yeah, with a gift for irony and a gentle, perceptive heart. It's a debut that definitely made waves, and for very good reasons.
So today's deep dive is into excerpts from Khaled Hosseini's The Kite Runner.
And it's more than just a story, right? It's this intricate weave of friendship, betrayal, love, all set against the backdrop of Afghanistan's history.
Exactly. Our mission here is to really unpack that. Look at the poignant moments, the character dynamics, the cultural context woven into these pages.
See how those personal stories connect with the bigger picture, the societal shifts.
Let's start with setting the scene. Hosseini does this brilliantly, establishing these huge contrasts right away.
He really does. It's crucial for understanding everything that follows.
Think about Amir's childhood home. Baba's house in Wazir Akbar Khan, described as the most beautiful house in the district.
Yeah, I mean, he paints this picture of luxury, marble floors and wide windows.
Intricate mosaic tiles,
Yeah.
handpicked by Baba in Isfahan, even gold-stitched tapestries from Calcutta, a crystal chandelier. It screams privilege.
It really does. And then, bam, the contrast. Hassan's home. On the same property, but worlds apart.
Just a modest little mud hut where Hassan lived with his father.
And the description is so sparse, spare, clean, dimly lit. Kerosene lamps, a couple of mattresses, a worn rug.
A three-legged stool, a wooden table, bare walls, except for that one tapestry, the one with Allahu Akbar sewn in beads.
The difference couldn't be clearer. It immediately flags the class divide, the social structure that shapes their entire relationship from day one.
And that contrast is not just background detail, is it? It really forces you to think.
Right. What does it mean for their friendship? Because they were incredibly close as kids.
Kids who had learned to crawl together, they did everything together. Built that camera, flew kites, tortured insects, kid stuff.
But Hassan's loyalty, that was something else. Even the mirror tricks. But he never told on me, never told that the mirror was always my idea. Total devotion.
So you have this deep bond, but shadowed by this huge inequality. It makes you ask right from the start, what kind of world is this?
Exactly. And that inequality goes deeper than just class. It's rooted in heritage and ethnicity.
This is where the Hazara and Pashtun identities come in. Ali and Hassan are Hazaras. Amir and Baba are Pashtuns.
And there's this ingrained prejudice against Hazaras. They're described with those characteristic Hazara Mongoloid features. It's systemic.
And it plays out cruelly. Think about Ali, Hassan's father, the bullying he endured.
Especially from kids like Asif, calling him Babalu or Boogeyman, flat-nosed Babalu. Asif was even the originator of the Babalu jeer.
It's chilling. It's not just name-calling, it's dehumanizing.
And then Amir finds that history book, his mother's old book.
Yeah, and he reads that my people, the Pashtuns, had persecuted and oppressed the Hazaras. He learns about the historical violence, the Sunni-Shia divide, fueling it.
It's like a light bulb moment for him, right? Suddenly, the casual cruelty he sees makes a terrible kind of sense, but it also complicates things massively for him internally.
And we also learn about Ali's own past. An orphan, adopted by Amir's grandfather after his parents were killed.
So he's deeply tied to the family, served them for decades, yet he's still fundamentally other. That historical context, Amir discovering it, how does that immediately shift his view of Hassan, do you think? Even before the big betrayal.
It adds this heavy layer of guilt, I think, an unspoken weight. Knowing his people were the oppressors, it must make his own mixed feelings about Hassan, his own cowardice later, feel even worse.
It absolutely does. It's not just personal failings. It's tied to this larger historical injustice.
Which sort of leads us into another really complex relationship, Amir and Baba.
Oh, definitely. Amir's constant yearning for Baba's approval is palpable.
But Baba is often so distant. Go on now, this is grown-ups time. Leaving Amir outside the door, listening to their laughter, their chatter, just wanting to be seen.
And Baba's disappointment is clear. He values strength, athleticism, soccer, buzkashi, not Amir's love for books and poetry.
Real men didn't read poetry, and God forbid they should ever write it. That line just says it all about the pressure Amir feels.
But then you have Rahim Khan. He's the counterpoint.
Yes, the confidant, the encourager. That moment he reads Amir's story and just says, bravo.
Amir says, that word did more to encourage me than any compliment any editor has ever paid me. It shows how vital that kind of validation is, especially when it's missing elsewhere.
And Baba's big philosophy: there is only one sin, only one, and that is theft. Every other sin is a variation of theft.
Which becomes incredibly ironic later on, doesn't it, given what we learn?
Crushing irony. But then there's Baba's generosity towards Hassan, arranging the surgery for his hair lip.
A huge gesture, a present that will last you forever, he says. It seems so contradictory, right? Generous to Hassan, distant with Amir. What do you think is going on inside Baba?
It feels like maybe deep down he's dealing with his own hidden stuff, his own guilt. Maybe being kind to Hassan is easier than facing whatever's making him hold back from Amir. It hints at something hidden, something unresolved in him.
A secret that hangs over everything. And that unresolved tension really comes to a head during the Kite tournament.
Ah, the tournament. Such a pivotal part of the book. It's described as Afghanistan's national passion, almost like going to war.
The detail is amazing. Preparing the kites, the glass-coated string, the tar. You feel the intensity.
And for Amir, winning isn't just about the tournament. It's about Baba.
Totally. He thinks, I was going to win, then I bring it home and show it to Baba. Show him once and for all that his son was worthy. He desperately wants that approval. Maybe my life as a ghost in this house would finally be over.
And Hassan is right there, his loyal kite runner. For you 1,000 times over, that famous line.
And he has that almost supernatural knack for knowing where the cut kites will land. He's essential to Amir's potential victory.
Which makes what happens next just devastating.
The alley scene. Asif and his friends cornering Hassan, and Amir just watches.
He says, I felt paralyzed. I watched them close in on the boy I'd grown up with, his first memory. And he chooses to run.
It's the ultimate act of cowardice, the core betrayal that shapes his entire life.
The aftermath is so heavy. Hassan trying to pretend everything's okay with that reassuring smile, but Amir sees through it.
Their routine is broken. Now only the folded clothes greeted me. The connection is shattered.
Amir can't even bear to look at their names carved on the tree. Amir and Hassan, the Sultans of Kabul.
And the change in Hassan is profound. That was the winter that Hassan stopped smiling. It's just heartbreaking. A childhood friendship destroyed in an instant.
And that single act, that failure to act, it just poisons everything that follows.
It absolutely does. It leads directly to Amir pushing Hassan away, trying to escape the constant reminder of his guilt.
He can't live with it, so he lashes out. I want you to stop harassing me. I want you to go away. It's so cruel.
And then he takes that awful final step, framing Hassan.
Planting the money, his new watch, under Hassan's mattress. It's a calculated act to force him out. Despicable, really.
But Hassan, his response is another act of loyalty, isn't it?
Yes. When Baba confronts him, he just says yes. He takes the fall, protects Amir one last time. Even though Amir's the one who betrayed him, we find out later he didn't actually tell Baba what Asif did.
It's just incredible sacrifice. Baba is devastated, pleads with Ali. You're the brother I never had, Ali. Please don't do this.
Yeah, but Ali understands. Life here is impossible for us now. The damage is done. They have to leave.
That departure scene is so powerful. Amir watching the car drive away, taking with it the person whose first spoken word had been my name.
It's the end of an era, the end of his childhood, really, and the start of a lifetime carrying that secret, that guilt. It makes you think about how one moment, one choice can change everything.
Absolutely. The weight of that moment is immense, and this personal tragedy is happening just as Afghanistan itself is falling apart.
Right. The timing is crucial. The communist coup, the Soviet invasion in '79. It ends our way of life. Baba and Amir escape, becoming refugees in America.
In America is a huge adjustment, especially for Baba. He struggles.
His pride takes such a hit. Refusing food stamps, I don't like it, free money. Getting upset at the grocery store, no one trusts anybody.
And working those grueling hours at the gas station, 12-hour shifts, pumping gas, running the register. A world away from his life in Kabul. It really shows his resilience, but also his pain.
Amir, meanwhile, starts finding his own path. He pursues writing thanks to Rahim Khan's encouragement.
And he meets Soraya Taheri at the flea market, that hub for the Afghan community in San Jose.
Soraya's got her own past, her own secrets. She's incredibly brave, sharing her story with Amir about running off with that man in Virginia.
He smoked hashish, he snorted cocaine. It's a vulnerable moment. But Amir accepts her, partly because he recognizes his own regrets. I knew all about regret. That shared understanding connects them.
The flea market scenes are great too, capturing that sense of community, the shared memories, the unspoken rules, like not mentioning Saturday work.
It paints a picture of diaspora life, rebuilding but still carrying the homeland with them.
Then Baba gets sick, cancer. He fights it fiercely, refuses pity.
And his final wish, asking Amir to marry Soraya, is so poignant. His death marks a huge shift for Amir.
My whole life I had been Baba's son. Now he was gone. I'd have to find it on my own. It's that moment of realizing he's truly on his own path now, navigating identity in a new land.
It really underscores that universal search for belonging, finding your way after leaving home after loss.
And just as he's building this new life, the past calls him back. Rahim Khan's call from Peshawar.
With those incredibly powerful words, Baba was wrong. There is a way to be good again. It's the offer of redemption Amir has longed for.
But it comes with a bombshell revelation. Hassan was his half-brother.
And suddenly, Baba's behavior makes sense. His guilt. When he saw you, he saw himself. And his guilt. It recontextualizes everything about their relationship.
That hidden theft Baba committed. The one sin he preached against. Keeping Hassan's true parentage a secret. Just devastating.
And then the news about Hassan himself. First, that beautiful, hopeful letter he wrote Amir.
Showing his enduring love.
Yeah.
Talking about his son, Sohrab. But then Rahim Khan delivers the crushing blow.
Hassan and his wife Farzana executed by the Taliban, refusing to give up Baba's house. Leaving Sohrab orphaned, they dragged him to the street.
Horrifying. So Amir has to go back to an Afghanistan he barely recognized.
Rubble and beggars everywhere I looked. Farid, his driver, hits him with that harsh truth. You've always been a tourist here, you just didn't know it.
It's a brutal homecoming.
And the orphanage?
It's just grim.
250 kids, mothers who can't work. And the director, Zaman, forced into these impossible choices, giving a child to a Talib official because if I deny him one child, he takes 10.
The moral compromises under that regime are just unthinkable. It sets the stage for the final confrontation.
At Ghazi Stadium, that public stoning scene is chilling. The cleric shouting, every sinner must be punished. The casual brutality.
And then the reveal. The Talib official who has Sohrab. It's Asaf.
Unbelievable. I never forget a face, not ever, Asaf says. And his comment about settling for Hassan's weakling of a son, pure evil.
Seeing Sohrab forced to dance for him, bells on his ankles, makeup, his head swung side to side like a pendulum, it's horrific. A twisted echo of the past.
Which leads to the fight. Amir versus Asaf. Amir's first real fight.
And strangely, amidst the violence, Amir feels peace. I laughed. I'd even been looking forward to this. My body was broken, but I felt healed. Healed at last.
It's like a physical manifestation of atonement, taking the beating he felt he deserved for decades.
And it's Sohrab who saves him, with the slingshot. Just like Hassan defended him years ago, hits Asaf right in the eye with that brass ball.
Still stuck in his empty eye socket. A moment of justice, maybe? But delivered by another child, caught in this cycle. That whole sequence, the confrontation, the fight, it ties so many threads together, doesn't it? Guilt, punishment, maybe the start of peace for Amir.
A brutal path to peace, but maybe the only one possible for him. But Sohrab, the trauma he carries is immense.
His suicide attempt in the hotel, it's a stark reminder of the deep scars left by everything he's endured. That image of the bloody bathwater, the razor, it's devastating.
Amir's response then is crucial. His promise,
Yeah.
I won't ever let that happen, I promise you that. And his apology, asking for bakshish, forgiveness.
It's Amir finally stepping up, fully committing, offering love and protection unconditionally.
He tries so hard to connect with Sohrab. Reading this Shahnameh, especially the story of Rostam and Sohrab, such a fitting choice.
But Sohrab is withdrawn, silent. His eyes are lightless, vacant. Healing isn't quick or easy. You feel Amir's desperation.
The breakthrough comes slowly. At that park in Fremont, an Afghan New Year celebration, Amir buys a kite.
A yellow saparcha, and he flies it, thinking of Hassan. Tells Sohrab about his father. He just knew. Connecting Sohrab to his father's legacy.
And then finally that tiny flicker of hope. I looked down at Sohrab. One corner of his mouth had curled up just so. A smile. Lopsided. Hardly there. But there.
It's such a small moment, but it feels huge. It suggests healing is possible even after profound trauma. The kite becomes a symbol again, but this time of connection, of hope, of bridging generations.
So we've walked through this incredible journey in the Kite Runner. Friendship, betrayal, history, redemption. How personal lives are just swept up in these massive historical forces.
Yeah, it really shows the power of a personal story set against that huge canvas of change. How individual choices, moral choices, echo down through time.
It highlights prejudice, definitely, but also love, and that long, hard road towards forgiveness. Forgiving others, and maybe more importantly, forgiving yourself.
And it reminds you that history isn't just headlines, it's lived experience. The most powerful stories, the real courage, often lies in those individual lives, right? Quiet, heartbreaking, but ultimately hopeful.
Absolutely. So thinking about all this, the history, the personal reckonings, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? What personal kites might you be called to chase in your own life? Or maybe who might need you to run one for them? What moments might be waiting for that courageous step towards healing or forgiveness?